Championship weekend.
Nick Bonito. Da, 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 da. Number 15 for the Denver Broncos, 6'3", 240 pounds, 26 years old. Man. And he could be pushing for Defensive Player of the Year. The Broncos winning the AFC Championship with a backup quarterback could be the type of narrative that would win it for him. Welcome to the Wit and Grit Podcast.
Yeah, kind of a Nick Foles type situation setting up potentially for you here.
I'm actually worried because I wasn't worried at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I've been saying all season when we weren't as sold on Bo Nix, a lot of people, I was saying, you know, if Stidham comes in, fine, good. Don't want Bo to get a long-term injury. Ready to see what he can do because we've seen a little bit in certain situations that gives us some hope. It comes down to, do you trust Sean Payton?
Okay.
If you do,
then
you have to trust Jarrett Stidham.
Of course.
Not of course, because on most teams, Sean, I'm glad you said that though, but like on most teams, the backup quarterback is like, oh great, we're cooked. The backup's here. Sean Payton doesn't coach those teams.
Right.
Unique position. Think about Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah.
1-2 losses apiece over like 6-game samples. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But going back specifically to Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham was one of the first moves he made in his first free agency. Russell Wilson is on the team, and everybody got tricked into clicking articles that said Broncos signed free agent quarterback because it was Jarrett Stidham as a backup quarterback. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why has he been there for 3 years when the Broncos made a move for Zach Wilson and then let him go? They got Sam Elringer in there from the Texas.
Yep, that's right.
The Texas. I was like, I got halfway through it. I was like, that's not how you say it. Texas Longhorns. But he was in line to start and did a little bit when Russ was finally sent to the bench. So 2 games, first year in the system. A lot of people are extrapolating that, and they keep saying, oh, hey, I'd like a quarterback that's thrown a pass in 2 years in a real game. Like, yeah, he forgot
Fair thing to
football,
say.
probably.
Fair thing to say, but I get where you're coming from, and I agree with you.
He gets preseason action. He got a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Not great, but nobody says that about other positions, so it remains to be seen, and we'll get into that a little bit. But if Bo Nix didn't fall to the Broncos the following year, Stidham was in line to start. Then, despite offers to compete for a job elsewhere, he stayed with the Broncos. Total of 3 seasons now. Why do I keep saying that? Why is that important? Sean Payton has reportedly said, several reporters have put this in too, that you could really work his system once you've been in it for 3 years.
Okay.
There was a video that made the rounds last week of Drew Brees giving an example of a Sean Payton play call. And it might as well have been a 7-year-old trying to come up with code words in a row. Like, it's just nonsensical to people who do not know the system.
Very complicated. Intricate.
Right.
Yeah.
So Stidham had great plays in preseason. Some fans of more explosive plays were even murmuring for Nix to ride the bench in year 2 to Stidham to develop more.
Okay.
People had a sour taste in their mouth after Buffalo stampeded over the Broncos when Buffalo was the home team. Just more evidence that fans are stupid, by the way. Bo Nix has been amazing.
He has. Yes, absolutely.
That would have been a huge mistake. And no one would say out loud until Bo Nix got hurt. Then all of a sudden, everyone acts like they have been giving him praise all year. Give me a break. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's been you've been watching it with me.
Yeah.
Bo Nix could not get any flowers. Everyone would cite him as the reason they were going to lose the game. And then every time they won, it was in spite of him. And now all of a sudden he's hurt and they're like, it's like the gray one's gone. So I just don't understand how the same people that have been telling me all season that Bo Nix isn't good believe now the Broncos can't win without him.
Right. Yeah. It is kind of funny how it works.
It can't be both. He's
Yeah.
either good and they're going to be bad without him.
Yep.
Or there's multiple good quarterbacks on this team. Imagine. Over the past decade, Sean Payton has coached 22 games without his starting quarterback.
Okay.
In those games, his teams have a record of 14 wins and 8 losses. Nothing spectacular.
Yeah.
But if you remove the 5 games where he had to rely on a third or fourth string quarterback, Payton's record improves to 13-4.
That's good.
.765 winning percentage.
Okay.
For comparison, over the same time period, Payton has gone 87-48 in games with his starting quarterback. That's only .644.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off there. Sean Payton has a better record with the backup quarterback than he does with the starting quarterback. Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater. Of the 4 losses when starting a second-string quarterback, can you think of a Sean Payton quarterback that we haven't talked about yet?
Oh, gosh. No.
I say quarterback in quotes. I don't know if that helps because
Taysom Hill?
Bingo!
Okay.
Both of the meaningful losses came with Taysom Hill starting at quarterback, and he's primarily a tight end. If history and time have shown us nothing but that. He has he got way more chances than Tim Tebow did to try to be a quarterback. I'll give him that.
Yeah, facts.
The two losses, 3-point loss to the Eagles, a 10-point loss to the Cowboys.
Yep.
So, in games that had a playoff or meaningful stake, Sean Payton is 13-2 when starting a second-string quarterback. And even then, both losses in those high-stakes games came with a second-string quarterback whose main role was being a tight end.
Yeah. Not typically a recipe for success.
Another angle that I don't think people have thought about for the AFC Championship before we get to the title. There's too many Broncos coaches in this game. Josh McDaniels was the Broncos head coach when they traded away Jay Cutler for Kyle Orton and drafted Tim Tebow. How do we feel about that?
That was a weird time in Broncos history. Oh, that's how I feel about that.
Meanwhile, Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, who also was the head coach of the team before. He's the one that had to deal with Trevor Siemian and the absence of Peyton Manning following Gary Kubiak, who just waltzed in and won a Super Bowl.
That easy.
So obviously Broncos fans will be rooting for Vance over Josh in a big way.
Yeah, I'd say.
Coming up, we're going to break down more of the AFC Championship. We got a ton of stats. We got a couple of best bets. If you subscribe to the All In with Ian Substack, you got to hear them first. Read them? Hear them? Yeah, you read them. And we'll talk Seahawks Rams too.
Welcome to Wit and Grit, where Ian and Sean break down sports betting, pop culture, or whatever's on their minds. The Wit and Grit Podcast.
Games left until the Super Bowl. You gotta be joking me. I'm joking. All right. Let's hit a couple of storylines before we get back into the games. Tease people a little bit. They love it.
Okay.
If you could pull up the image, they love it. Trust me, they love it. Trying to refresh this page. Men try to use technology live on YouTube and Facebook. Welcome to the Wit and Grit Podcast. Sean, what did you think about the divisional round, given the fact that I think I was right about almost everything, and so that means the things we disagreed on, what would that make you?
In those instances, wrong.
Wrong. Oh, that's right. That's right. You believed in the Chicago Bears for some reason.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yep.
They got this far.
They
made it interesting.
Can you pull up the meme we have, breaking NFL rules committee? It's got like a goalpost in the shot.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's see here.
We want to talk about the big story that everybody was talking about after the Broncos-Bills game. Obviously, there's no beating around the bush. We all know what it was. The NFL just played a joke on Sean. That's a meme. It's not real news. It said breaking the NFL rules committee will reportedly discuss making all playoff games and moving forward a best-of-7 series following Josh Allen's loss to the Broncos. I'm having a little bit of fun because it just feels like Josh Allen can never be at fault for any of his losses. It seems like it's everybody else's fault.
Yep.
And
I assume you're talking about the controversial catch there at the end.
Let's actually get into the real thing of it. I mean, do you see the Joe Burrow one? Pull that up.
Give me a second.
I mean, Joe Burrow's been out of the playoffs. You think he's on a beach somewhere, but all of a sudden his Twitter account, X, went from dormant to active as he laid this on him. The amount of people that don't understand what a catch is in the rule book flabbergasts me, and it's not the officials. The 2 plays yesterday were not difficult calls, and they got them both right.
He just wanted to weigh in on this, I guess. Okay.
Well, because it's like crazy how everyone's like, a lot of these third-party accounts that try to pretend like they're really big accounts on X have just been pushing all of this stuff that the Bills got robbed again. And they didn't.
Yeah.
In real time, it looks like the ball would have popped out if he hit the ground and the defender wasn't there. There's at least one camera angle that shows you what the official saw in real time, which is that McMillan had his arm on the ball the whole time. It was almost like the offensive wide receiver Brandon Cooks failed to take the ball back.
That's how I saw it, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and when people were trying, that's a catch, and I'm like, I look it up. Shout out to Unc, Shannon Sharp doing the hard work. The Calvin Johnson rule. Think about it.
Oh, yeah, true.
It caused a lot of debate, but it's still the rule.
Yeah.
You can't just be shocked every couple years when it matters in the playoffs. There was also an offensive holding penalty by Josh Allen not by Josh Allen, but Josh Allen was in his own end zone during that drive to start it, right?
Right.
The offensive lineman is clearly mugging the Broncos defenders. Let's talk about the Broncos defense real quick. You see I need you to pull up 2 of them. It's the long numbered ones.
Okay. I can do that.
PFF. You can just pull up PFF one first and then the other one.
Okay. There you go.
So most sacks by remaining playoff teams. The Broncos have 71. Sean, can you tell me where the other playoff teams left in the competition are on this list?
I have no idea.
Oh, wait, it's so long you actually can't see them. Oh, man. All right, now grab the other one. Grab the other image. So 71 sacks for the Broncos. Then we have, the Seahawks and Rams are way down at 49.
Jeez. And the Patriots way down there behind our crawl at 44.
They didn't even get on this. Wait, the crawl's going away. Oh, shucks. It's not transparent. You still can't see the Patriots. They're so low on the list. What's funny about this is the Patriots have the least amount of sacks of the remaining 4 teams, and everyone's been giving them constant flack about how easy their schedule has been.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Historically easy. Yep.
Oh, man, I really want to talk about the championship, but I feel like we should get all this done now.
Get all what done?
All the images.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
What do you want me to throw up?
I need you to pull up let's talk about Baker Mayfield real quick.
All right.
Don't you love it?
Yeah.
No love for Stefanski, the former Browns coach who shipped him out of town for Deshaun Watson. Failed is quite the reach, pal. Still waiting on a text or call from him after I got shipped off like a piece of garbage. Can't wait to see you twice a year, coach.
Yep. That is crazy. That's some good drama.
It's even more. There's more than that. I mean, Zach Robertson, the OC from Atlanta, who Baker Mayfield worked with under Sean McVay with the Rams.
Yeah.
They were able to steal him away. He's going to go be Baker's OC. So there's now even more bad blood in this, frankly, kind of boring division when it comes to this type of drama. I mean, the NFC South, it's like the biggest drama is like, will the Panthers get above 500? And then every year, no, but still.
No, I know what you mean. But it is an interesting story. Like, those games are going to have a little extra, oomph behind them now, I think.
And it's about time. I mean, this is a big part of Baker's personality from college,
Yeah, no, it is for sure.
He just got shipped around so fast that he had to wait till he got comfortable. It feels like he's pretty set with Tampa Bay.
Yeah, definitely.
Pull up the one that's the tweet that has Mayfield's name in it.
Okay. Can't really read the tweets. I see.
Yeah. Can't believe this just hit me. We aren't talking enough about the fact that Sam Darnold has a very real chance to be the first quarterback in the 2018 draft class to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that is wild.
That includes Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, of course, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, that's not who I would have thought.
I would put money Rosen never wins one. That's just,
I agree with you there. Yeah, it's a good safe bet.
Not in there. Okay, last one. Oh, okay. Before we finish, see, we did it all out of order. Pull up the one that has the Broncos player tackling. No, that's tackling. Yeah. Per NFL on CBS, Broncos Bills was the most watched Saturday NFL playoff game ever.
Wow.
With nearly 40 million people watching and peaking at over 51 million.
I mean, it's a great game to tune into if you're like a new football fan for sure.
I love how the one seeds in that round not only got to play both on Saturday, they got to play on Saturday and at home.
Yeah. Yep.
A lot of advantages to getting the one seed, and the two seed just doesn't shine the same anymore, does it?
No, it doesn't seem to.
All right, pull up the one that's all four coaches in a grid.
Missed one. Incoming.
Okay. This is just a funny coincidence. Not that many names left in the head coaching ranks.
Here we go.
Mike and Sean versus Mike and Sean.
That is funny.
Mike Vrabel, Sean Payton, Mike McDonald, Sean McVay.
That's really funny.
Are all NFL coaches just different, like cyborgs or something?
Yeah. Different variants.
That's why they don't ever get fired. They just like get better or worse.
Yeah.
They all get to keep their jobs. You got to keep it in-house. Okay, so let's get into the stats for both games. We got a couple images left that are only timely, but
all right.
It's more about if you want once we get to talking about Jarrett Stidham again.
Yep.
All right, I just mentioned the extra day. So here's your extra day stat. Since the 03-04 season, there's always been a rest advantage in conference championship week, with teams playing on Saturday and Sunday in the divisional round. Teams with a rest advantage are 27-17 straight up in the conference championship during that span.
Okay.
This year, those teams are the Broncos and the Seahawks. Teams with a rest advantage are also 21-7 straight up at home. Very nice.
Very nice. Had a couple of overtime games last week that we might want to mention here. Broncos and Rams, both off the overtime win. Since 2015, teams off of overtime facing a team that was not are winning just 44% of their games outright and about 46% of those games against the spread. So this season, those teams went 10-18 straight up, 11-17 against the spread. If we're looking specifically at the playoffs there, when a team is off an overtime win in the playoffs, playing a playoff game in the next round, they're 0-5 straight up and 1-4 against the spread since 2015, losing by a pretty significant margin of over 15 points. So dating back to 2002, They're just 6-13 straight up in their next playoff game.
Well, Rams are also at a rest disadvantage versus Seahawks playing on a Sunday versus Saturday. Those teams on a rest disadvantage off of overtime when their opponent's not in the playoffs. 1-8 straight up, 3-6 against the spread, losing 6 in a row outright. The one win was the Bears over Saints in 06-07.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do you want to talk about the halftime bets? I know you love when I give you stuff about half.
Not really, man. I think they're silly.
Well, this one, I put this one in good context.
Okay. Sure. Teams leading at the half in the conference championship or the Super Bowl are 18, 34, and 3 against the second half spread over the last 20 years.
When those teams are on or either on the road or at a neutral site, they are 7, 20, and 1 against the second half spread in that span.
Yikes.
Not good.
No, very bad.
And a gross one. Every AFC championship since 2011 has featured either the New England Patriots or the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ew, that is terrible. I don't know if I realized that.
What?
Right?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about Patriots at Broncos.
All right. Big game.
Yeah, I mean, let's start on the Patriots side. We've talked a lot about the Broncos.
Okay.
You want to talk about the Patriots?
I can do that. So, yeah, I mean, obviously you've got Drake May. He's got New England playing well as a favorite. Favorite of 3 points or more. He is 12-0 straight up and 10-2 against the spread. Won those 10 games by an average of about 16 points, a little more actually. The road's also been a friendly place for New England this season. So they are 8-0 straight up and 7-1 against the spread on the road this year. Only undefeated road team straight up in the NFL and the second best against the spread team, just behind the Seahawks, who are also 8-1.
Road Warriors. We've been talking about that all season. We were riding that betting wave a little bit.
That's right.
Sean Payton, and I was just, obviously you knew you were doing the Patriots part here,
Yeah.
but like I'm wearing the Broncos jersey. So for the video people, I was just joking. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Obviously I'm not reading them. Sean Payton is 12-10 straight up when listed as a home underdog in any game. He has profited a $100 better, $744 for a 33.8% ROI. With the Broncos, Payton is 3-2 straight up as a home underdog, including 2-0 straight up this season, beating the Packers and Chiefs in that spot. So with a minimum of 20 games coached since 2003 as a home underdog, here are the coaches above 500 straight up. Mike Tomlin, retired.
Yep.
Bruce Arians, retired. Mike Vrabel, on the sidelines in this game.
Coaching a game. Yep.
Sean Payton, same game. So just like what a coaching matchup this is. And if you're thinking, oh, well, Vrabel's been a head coach, I probably know how he does in Denver, right?
Right.
As head coach of the Titans, Vrabel's teams went 1-1 playing regular season games in Denver. Obviously, the Tennessee Titans didn't have a playoff game in Denver. I don't think they've ever been good in the same year.
Right, right. And he's typically been good as a road favorite, as a head coach, going 16-6 straight up with both the Pats and the Titans. Yet later in the season, it gets even better. December or later, he's 8-0 straight up as a road favorite, winning by more than 17 points per game. And, they've started hot. Yeah, I mean, their last 16 games, they're 15-0-1 in the first half money line. So they start fast, too.
I push back on the December stat simply by saying the Titans didn't have enough playoff experience under Vrabel for him to. I think, what did they have? One good run? They made it to the championship one year?
Did they?
Didn't the Tennessee Titans make it to the AFC Championship one year?
Maybe. They definitely won a playoff game. I remember that.
I think they went up 21-0 on the Chiefs, and the Chiefs came and spanked them all the way back.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember things like that. They're traumatic when the Chiefs win. Denver is the first home underdog in an AFC Championship game since Denver was a 2.5-point dog to New England in the 2015-16 championship game. Denver won 20-18.
That's funny that just so happens to be the same matchup.
times a flat circle, right?
Yeah.
When the Denver Broncos make the conference championship game, they're usually penciled into the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl era, this is their 11th appearance in the conference championship, and they are 8-2 straight up and 9-1 against the spread in those games.
Not bad.
Not
You're right.
bad
You can
at
pretty
all.
much book it. Yeah.
At home in Denver, they are 6-1 straight up and against the spread in the conference championship, with their only loss coming to Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, 05-06. Don't I know it, dude? Jake the Snake Plumber, Champ Bailey. This team, that was their year. Obviously it wasn't, I guess, but that was going to be their year.
Yeah. Yep.
And right now, this year's Broncos, if they fall short, it's going to be less disappointing than that one. Just as a fan, I just want you to, because you're starting quarterbacks down.
Totally. Yeah.
We're playing with house money.
That's a good place to be, honestly.
They just paid Nick Bonito.
Yeah.
Jonathan Cooper doesn't have a dispute. There's so many dogs that have lots of years left to bark for the Broncos.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, why don't you put up the image of Jarrett Stidham's first career start?
There you go.
Baller, right?
Yeah. For the Oakland Raiders at the time, was it? Or were they Vegas by then?
They were the Raiders.
That's true. I mean, LA.
I don't remember exactly when they
No,
changed.
they
It didn't
definitely
change
weren't
much
the
in
LA
my life.
Raiders. Definitely weren't the LA Raiders.
Yeah, but 294, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now, read your stat.
Let's see here. So yes, he's going to be the 7th QB Stidham is since 1950 to make his first start of a season in the playoffs. So only one of those came away with outright win, and that would be Frank Reich of Buffalo in 1992.
So, Jarrett Stidham just has to be Frank Reich.
That's the line of demarcation there. Yeah,
The comparison everyone saw coming.
of course.
Well, all right, so let's go over some of those quarterbacks, right?
No,
The most recent example is 2020, Taylor Heineke.
Yep.
Because Jaden Daniels got hurt.
Yep. Lost straight up. Won against
Well,
the
Jaden
spread.
Daniels wasn't there 2020. I don't know what I'm saying.
The starting quarterback got hurt.
Yeah,
Clearly.
the starting quarterback got hurt.
Is it Sam Howell or something? I don't remember. So
They wouldn't have Jaden Daniels if you remembered. But what I'm saying is, we think Jarrett Stidham's better or worse than Taylor Heineke.
better.
You got any more than that?
You said better or worse? I picked one of the options. He's definitely better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of them, not as much. It's like Jarrett Stidham has a chance to be an outlier on this list. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because the teams that are left, we're going to talk about it. In franchise history, the Patriots are 8-12 straight up and 10-10 against the spread on the road in the playoffs. And they are 8-8 straight up and 10-6 against the spread on the road versus all opponents not named the Denver Broncos. They're 0-4 straight up and against the spread in Denver in the playoffs. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick never won a playoff game in Denver. Why do we think Drake May and Mike Vrabel will?
Yeah, no, that's another great stat. Great comparison.
And I'd love to bring up the sacks again. The Broncos have 71 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
About to add some more.
Let's hope.
People think I'm crazy how confident I've been. And like, I get it. I could be completely wrong. We could all be underestimating the Patriots, but
Yeah.
I feel like if it stays close, the Broncos win.
Yeah.
If the Patriots are going to win, the Broncos are probably going to get blown out. So like, that's how this team wins games. They just take off. And so if you don't let them take off, I don't know if they can play a close game.
I agree. Just got to contain them.
You want to talk about the ref?
Oh, sure. Your boy Alex Kemp.
Alex Kemp. Broncos are 5-0 at home with him as a referee.
Okay.
Denver is 2-3 straight up on the road in this spot with Kemp, but they're at home, so it doesn't matter.
That's right. Yep, they win by a decent margin too. At least 10 points per game.
10 points per game.
Mm-hmm. That's the best mark for any team under Kemp at 6-1 against the spread as well.
So that's pretty good, but still with Patriots as when he's the main official for the Patriots, they're 9-4 straight up. Not a bad record.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm wondering if this is anything we can actually put real stock into.
I wanted to point it out, but I also wanted to point it out that way. It just seems like Alex Kemp likes both these teams, but
yeah,
being the home team hopefully helps.
Right.
Well, let's go over some of my best bets now.
Okay.
Broncos against the spread. I've got 2 units on it.
I like it. That makes sense, honestly.
Well, 5 points is insane. They're at home. Listen to all these stats. Like,
Yeah, I know. No, yeah, I agree. I think it makes perfect sense.
It's down to 4.5 on most every book at this point. I like it at anything above 3.5 or up.
Yeah.
Just because that's an important number. Yeah, as of this taping, it doesn't look like anybody's offering the 5 anymore.
Okay.
I went to make my bet when there were still 5.5s on the board, but I decided to take the 5 based on just getting a better number and not being worried about that half point.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. I like that as a 2-unit play this week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, then we bet the money line. Easy. But the long shot bet that I put a whole unit on, Broncos to win the Super Bowl.
Nice.
At plus 1,300.
Yep. Okay.
So it pays out 13-1. No other remaining team gets paid out that much because some of these books, and not every book has them that low. Some books only have them at 10-1, 11-1. But
right.
If you look at the Broncos preseason Super Bowl odds and their Super Bowl odds with Bo Nix, there's no reason this team should slide that far based on what we think Jarrett Stidham will be.
Right.
So all of these bets have one thing in common, right? If Stidham is just another backup quarterback and this is the tale as old as time, then it's all dead.
Yeah.
We might cover with the Broncos on 5, but everything else is dead. Fine. But I've heard at least one professional bettor talking about how he was like mortgage the house on the Broncos to cover that spread. It's like, and that's where I heard about the 13-1 odds. It's like people are betting it. Yeah. So
take advantage of the public not really believing in them, because I think that based on a lot that we've talked about just today, they've got every reason to win this game.
Right. They win this game, then they have 2 weeks to heal up J.K. Dobbins. Make sure they get a lot of Jarrett Stidham specific plays.
There you go.
And then you give Sean Payton 2 weeks to play in a Super Bowl. I don't know. I like their odds.
Yeah.
Nobody liked their odds when they were with the Saints, and I would love for them to go in as the underdog to the Super Bowl as well. They might cover that. See, we've had so much trouble with the Broncos this year covering the spread because they've been favored.
Yeah.
We love betting the Broncos as dogs. Last week, a little worrisome. Opened as dogs, switched to favorite, right?
Yep.
But this week, they've been dogs the whole time. Open up at 5.5. Probably going to be at 3.5. Could be pushing 3 by the time kickoff happens, which is a sign that at least people financially think we're on the right side of this.
Agreed.
The steam is moving in our direction.
Yeah.
And we've been fading the public all playoffs. Last week, Sean had 2 picks that were public, lost. One of them he covered the spread, though. If you had taken the Bears against the spread and not just to win,
would have been all right.
It ended on 3. They had 3.5. So the Bears, that's the perfect ending for Bears fans.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the perfect ending. It's one of the better endings when you lose, I guess is what I should say.
Sure.
Because you feel really good about your team. They did way better than they usually do. And if you bet on them against the spread in the last game, they won you the money you put on it, even though they didn't advance. We talk about that on the show all the time. Keeping the fan base happy is very different than keeping like your investors happy and keeping the people that have stake in the team happy, right?
Yeah, totally.
You can just keep making your fans money and you have a bad season. They're like, don't fire that guy. I know what he's going to do. So I think we've talked enough about the Broncos, as much as I hate to say that. to do my next bet, we have to go into the next game. So,
all right.
But, let me put a bow on the whole fading the public if you didn't pick up the hint. The Patriots have 72% of the bets, 57% of the money on the numbers we're seeing right now live. So, sharp action, big money, and top experts are all on the Broncos against the spread.
As are we.
We're staying sharp.
Let's go.
Sean, write that down.
I will.
A unique spot for the Rams in the playoffs. They're 0-2 against the spread in this postseason, closing -10 versus the Panthers, 3-point win. 3.5 versus the Bears, 3-point win, as I just mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are the first team in the Super Bowl era to lose against the spread in both the wild card round and the divisional round, but advance to the conference championship.
And they're playing their third consecutive road game this week. Since division realignment in 2002, teams playing their third consecutive road game in either regular season or playoffs. They're 48-79 straight up. That's 37%. When that team's listed as an underdog, they're 22-67 straight up, only 24%. When that third road game is in the playoffs, those teams are 12-30 straight up, including 9-28 straight up as an underdog.
And like Matt Stafford's no spring chicken, right?
Right. But at the same time, it's Sam Darnold.
It's Sam Darnold with a maybe better, maybe lingering oblique injury. They just really didn't need to show it last week.
Yep.
This is a good time to talk about it. Which ACL injury affecting the championship weekend is worse?
Oh.
It's not really ACL, but you know what I'm saying?
Right,
which season-ending injury? Because Bo Nix leaves.
I think Bo. Even
Bo's
though they
a big
can
deal.
Yeah, I think the quarterback's just naturally a bigger deal than the running back. Touches the ball every single play. Even though I think the Broncos are going to be okay with Payton and Stidham, I still think that's a greater loss.
Zach Charbonnet, it remains to be seen. If the Rams make the Super Bowl, clearly was more important because if they don't look right, it's because they don't have their 1-2 punch. They need Kenneth Walker not to just fall down for 3 yards every play. They need to. Charbonnet finds a hole and gets a long run.
Yep.
My fantasy football team that was not successful was named Sharp Your Enthusiasm. So, I hope I didn't foreshadow this. Let's see. I've got some more stats here.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, the Seahawks are back at the conference championship game for the 5th time in franchise history and 4th time at home in Seattle with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. Their record, 3-1 straight up and 2-2 against the spread in those 4 conference championship games.
Oh, wow.
But at home in Seattle, they are 3-0 straight up. They haven't lost hosting the championship game. We bet on the Broncos for that reason.
Yep.
This is why I'm leaning Seahawks money line, despite whatever. I mean, if the Rams get past the Seahawks with every stat and everything going against them, we blindly bet them in the Super Bowl, probably.
I mean, it's number one offense against number one defense in terms of scoring.
It's almost like maybe the Rams are going to get addicted to the adrenaline, and then when they get 2 weeks off for the Super Bowl, they'll be rusty because they're used to just traveling and playing.
Maybe. Speaking of adrenaline, do you have any more football for us?
Basically, my last play is to tie the Broncos money line with the Seahawks money line. I got it. Rematch. I got it for plus 409.
Okay, nice.
No points. Just these teams will win. Should be pretty easy. We're just betting the 1 seeds. Seahawks and Broncos have dominant home field advantages for different reasons, and we're going to exploit it against the Rams, who have been traveling way too much, and the Patriots, who had 4 interceptions on C.J. Stroud at halftime and were only up 11 points. So we see Jarrett Stidham's job in his first game here. Everyone's like, I'd like somebody that could throw a pass, that's thrown a pass in 2 years. Well, it's not that they're going to take away the passes, because everyone I'm hearing from that has been a teammate with Jarrett Stidham, like Chase Daniel, people that know him, they're like, he's going to sling it.
Yep.
Like, hopeful, he had interceptions before. It has been a problem, but he just can't be CJ Stroud bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right.
The Broncos have the better offensive line, and they have more sacks from their defensive players. They have PS2, but the Patriots have Gonzalez. So it's like, don't throw to Gonzalez, probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
But enough with the touchdowns. It's time to F around with some F1.
There we go. Nice.
Sean, it's not just back. It's drama season.
It is.
Damn near everything changing under the hood unit this year.
Yeah. You've got American rivalries, new car tech, crazy liveries. And yeah, I do know it's livery, not livery. Not going to get fined by Red Bull's pit wall for that one.
Livery, not livery. It's a fun saying. Well, let's start with the big picture. Formula One is entering a whole new era in 2026.
Yep.
A complete overhaul of how these machines are built and how they race. The new power unit is going to be 50% electric, 50% internal combustion, running on 100% sustainable fuel. So it's a huge step for the sport's commitment to sustainability.
That's right. Yeah. And drivers are also now going to get a much larger electric power boost. The energy recovery system. Think like the Mario Kart mushrooms, except it's real, but it can decide races.
Cars are getting narrower and lighter, down from 20 cm to 190 wide. I mean, better handling, more overtaking, closer racing is essentially what they're doing here.
Right. Right. And then now we've got some active aerodynamics as well, including movable front and rear wings that adjust on the fly. So yeah, almost like F1 Transformers. So the cars are going to be, lighter, more electric, and can kind of morph on the track. So starting to blur the lines between your racing and launching spacecraft out here.
It does sound like Transformers.
Yeah.
I want Bumblebee. A little of both. F1 is aiming to stay the pinnacle of motorsports and innovation, and this is how they keep manufacturers like Ford and GM interested. Did somebody bring that up? Oh. It's your line.
Speaking of Ford, let's talk about what went down in Detroit.
It was such a good transition, Sean. Such a good. I said, who brought that up? I said Ford. And you're supposed to. Oh, guys, it's all right. We're gonna get it together. This is the effing around part. Is mostly just shenanigans.
It's almost like we could have just let it go.
That would have been nearly. It was such a good. If I'd done a bad transition and we just sat here for a while, that's fine. I'm a big fan of Craig Ferguson when he did the Late Late Show, and at the end he would say, "Do you want to just have awkward silence?" And they would usually just say yes and just sit there awkwardly, like, we could do that for the video. I'll cut it out of the audio.
Oh my God. All right. Anyway.
Were you going to say something about GM or Ford or?
Speaking of Ford, let's talk about what went down in Detroit. Red Bull launched their new Ford-powered look at Michigan Central Station on January 13th and made a bit of a show out of it.
A stunt plane. They literally ripped the cover off the car mid-air. I mean, that's Red Bull. That's what we remember from all the crazy stunts on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. Those are always crazy.
But more importantly, this is the official debut of the Red Bull Ford Powertrains project. Red Bull is now building their own engine with Ford in-house with Milton Keynes, with parts coming in from Dearborn, Michigan. It's a first for them. Complete control of both chassis and engine.
Also, shout out to the livery. It's glossy again, just like when Red Bull first entered F1 back in 2005. Verstappen and the new teammate Isaac Hajar will be driving it this season.
Zick. Let's go. Max will rock number 3 now, since McLaren's Lando Norris took the driver's title and earned the number 1 plate.
That's right. Go Lando.
Now, Sean, here's where things get juicy. Ford and GM aren't just like rivals at your local dealership. Now they're squaring off in F1.
Right. We've got Cadillac officially joining the grid with their own team this year. So they're not just branding. They're a full-blown constructor, remember. Here's the kicker. They're running Ferrari engines until 2029. So they're Cadillac in name, but have that Italian horsepower under the hood.
That's exactly what Bill Ford, yes, that Bill Ford, lit into. He called out GM's Cadillac effort as a marketing ploy and said they're not even running a Cadillac engine. So kind of a shots fired comment. I think we've talked about a little bit since that happened.
Right. And then you, of course, Cadillac had something to say about that, saying, Ford's effort with Red Bull is just marketing. But Ford has engineers on site in the UK and in Dearborn actually building the components. So kind of a real feud they've got going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just worth bringing up because the Ford GM angle is something that could get American race fans who aren't a fan of Formula One to start kind of following the sport.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got something to look for.
It's cool that it's already brewing.
Speaking of drama, Red Bull versus McLaren heated up last season in ways that went beyond lap times. Remember the gaffer tape incident in Austin? McLaren put tape on the pit wall to help Norris line up at the start. Totally illegal, and Red Bull kept peeling it off.
I believe they got fined for that.
New team principal, Laurent Mekies, basically told everyone to grow up.
Yeah. You imagine if Horner was still in charge. Tape would have been on eBay by now.
Red Bull's sister team, the Racing Bulls, also dropped their livery in Detroit. They'll be powered by the same Red Bull Ford engines.
Yeah, interesting lineup. Liam Lawson returns and rookie Arvid Lindblad steps up. He's 17, facing a brand new regulation cycle, so a lot of tech to learn out of the gate.
Yeah, even Lindblad said it's not going to be easy because there's more to manage, especially on the power unit side. These aren't plug-and-play cars.
Of course.
All right, quick look at what's next in the F1 launch window.
That's right. Not too far away from real racing, honestly.
Yeah, as of this taping, Ferrari and Alpine did their launch. Mercedes did a render drop. Haas revealed their 2026 look. Private shakedown testing in Barcelona coming up.
That's right.
Then we get to February, Sean.
Yeah, with the Williams livery reveal on the 3rd. Then we get to February 8th where Cadillac livery is going to drop in a Super Bowl ad. That's going to be fun.
Yep.
Then we go February 11th through the 13th with public testing in Bahrain. And finally, we get our first Grand Prix on March 8th.
Season opener, finally. We've got basically half a month between football and F1. That's why we cover both of these sports. It's just a beautiful thing that keeps us from
That's right.
having nothing.
All right. Let's close with the big red elephant in the room, Ian. Ferrari.
Oof. Ferrari didn't win a single Grand Prix in 2025, and Lewis Hamilton, no podiums in his first season with the team. They're calling 2026 a fresh start with the new SF26, new design, new engine, new regulations. Lewis Hamilton says it's now or never. This may be his last real shot at that elusive 8th world title.
Yeah, he spent last year calling the car a nightmare. Can't get much worse than that. Yeah, if they don't come out swinging, this partnership could go the way of Seb and Fernando.
Exactly. The SF26 will debut January 23rd, today. And we'll finally get to see whether Ferrari figured it out in time. I was taking a look at it earlier, and I don't know. I got to see a race,
Yeah, exactly.
It's wild speculation.
Yep. All right. I think that's all we got on F1 Around. Of course, we'll talk more F1 over the weeks, and then when Bahrain hits, we'll have a lot to talk about. What else you got?
Just the emergence of America, the year of 2026, sustainable energy, Ford, GM, just a lot of American stuff coming to F1. It'll be interesting to see how a lot of the European counterparts react, right? I mean, I feel like totally. Right now it's open arms, but if it gets too American, it could be fun.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see that rivalry. Like I said, I'm real excited for that.
Are you riding with me on all my bets?
Yeah, actually, I like everything. Yep.
I don't have any prop
Super Bowl
bets
rematch,
yet.
That's nice.
I don't have any prop bets yet, but I would say that if you're backing us and you think the Broncos can win this game, then I would find a book that takes defensive bets and lets you bet the over on sacks. Figure out what it is. The last game it was 3.5, and that was right at the right number. I wonder if they hit it. We never bet it, so it's like, did they hit it?
All right, well, we'll be back next week to talk a little bit of championship game, preview Super Bowl, and who knows what else.
Until then, go Broncos! Peace out.